Welcome to the show. You are going to be so thrilled to know who I have here today. Erin Bethea, Drew Waters, two top personalities, top director, actor, writer. I mean, this is the power couple of power couples. And I love them. They've got a new movie coming out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Erin and Drew, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. This is going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. Okay, so you are pretty diverse in what you guys do. Renaissance festivals by any chance? And little fur baby action going on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We own a small farm. We have we own everything.
Any chance to play dress up or play with animals or do, any of that, we're down for. We just love adventure. So traveling, the adventure of buying our house, all of it has been a whole thing.
Life's too short, It's like you gotta get out and enjoy life and enjoy people. It's just like, man.
Yeah, amen to that. I mean, I totally agree. And people is what it's all about, right?
True.
100%.
Yeah, and it seems to me that everything you guys do, it is about people. What you've written, my word, you're such a great writer, by the way. Oh, so good. And great director, great producers, like Emmy award winning. Like I could just go on and on with everything you guys have done. But it's so people focused.
Well, I think, I mean, that's when we set out, we wanted to just get back to good storytelling with no gratuitous subjectable content and let our characters within the story deliver the message which we live in daily. And that's kind of our voice throughout everything. And as we both talked about it, I'm a sinner. I grew up in the world and I thank Jesus Christ every day for saving me and stuff, but I'm still struggling in life and going through and I wanted to watch something. I wanted my kids to watch something. I wanted our friends to be able to watch something that is relatable and does not lean one way or the other, but you can see it within the characters' arcs.
I think it's one of the things that we just like in general in our lives, I think with any artist, their worldview is going to be present in their art, right? And for us, just as in our lives, like our community is very important to us. Our friends and who we surround ourselves with and who we spend time with and how we invest in each other and help each other and support each other is massively important to us. And so I think we're always drawn to telling stories that celebrate friendship and relationships or marriage, or even celebrate like a stranger that you meet, that you open yourself up enough to them to allow them to potentially change your life, and I think that's an important way to walk through the world.
We have just real quick short question. We have a property that it's funny enough during COVID and stuff, it turned into a wedding venue by accident. But it's all what it's done, and it's made me reevaluate humanity, and I have such a positive outlook now on humanity, where maybe 5-6 years ago I was kind of teetering, going, I just want to step out. I just want to step away from humanity for a while. I just want to get away from it. But I got to tell you, it's really opened the doors up for a lot of things, and I think it reflects on what we're doing and the product that we create.
Absolutely. It absolutely reflects on everything that you do. I mean, it's so evident. I love that you've got a wedding venue. How cool is that?
It came out of nowhere too.
Oh my word. Yeah, I was in the wedding business for 30 plus years. And there is something very special about seeing a couple when they're so in love and they just can't wait to walk down the aisle, right? And there is just something so wonderful about that. And the blending of two families that sometimes blend, sometimes don't blend so well, but they're coming together anyway. And just all the stuff is so wonderful. And whenever I saw a wedding, it would bring me back to mine. Do you find that to be true with you guys too?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it just reminds us all, like, I mean, a wedding is the perfect picture of just like why we need each other. Those things don't happen by accident. It takes a village, to make that one day happen in order to celebrate these two people. And I think that's one of the things that I mean, it's one of the themes that I enjoy in our film in Festival of Trees is this, our hero character. She is so driven and she's so purposeful and becomes so aware that she cannot succeed alone. She becomes so aware that she needs a team and she needs a community and she needs inspiration from outside herself in order to accomplish these goals that she has. And I think whether it's, a wedding or a holiday event or, whatever it is, it's so important to have that reminder that we were not designed to be alone. We're designed to be in partnership with people and in community with people, and to celebrate that.
Yeah, and we wanted to steer away from rom-com with this Christmas movie, and we made a buddy comedy, and it's a comedy. It's a buddy rom comedy, I guess you could say, with
It's a whole new genre.
JoJo, who's the young girl, little girl in there, is amazing. Brings so much energy and comedic responses to her character, and then Kate Miner blew it out of the park. She's our lead. We have some new upcomers.
Yep, Sarah Hayter.
Sarah Hayter. Everybody loves her character, so it makes us feel better. And the cast and crew got together because my whole thing is big energy right before we start. Just to get everybody up and going. So they made me a shirt, big energy, made me wear it for the last 2 days.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So yeah, I love the movie and it is sort of a genre of its own. It is not the typical Christmas movie at all. You have this strong young woman who's making it in life, trying to make it in life, right? And doing everything she can. She comes up against people that are more powerful or people that are more seasoned, but she's got so much to offer. And I love that really she ends up meeting this little girl in the hospital, and it changes everything for her, like changes her entire outlook. And I love that. I love that there's a little girl who comes in and kind of saves the day.
Yeah, she is the little girl. It was very important who we cast in that role because we don't see her a lot in the film, but she makes such a massive impact on Jackie, on our lead character, that it was really important that we cast a young actress who was just a fireball of an actress, and JoJo Regina absolutely is. And yeah, that was very important to me, just like as the writer of the story, to write a female character in a Christmas film who wasn't either kind of ditzy and kind of goofy and like not really put together and then needs to find a man to help her figure out her purpose, or who sometimes they're kind of unlikable and they're kind of like rude and selfish, and then it's like a man or someone else who teaches them not to be selfish. And I liked the idea of just our central female character in this one, Jackie. She's a very good friend. She's a very loyal person. She's very driven. Like, she's an admirable woman on her own 2 feet. She's funny and she's smart and she's hardworking. And then because she allows herself to let people into her life, all it does is broaden all of those wonderful qualities that she has, right? It just enriches her life. And I think that was just as a woman and the way I like to see women represented on screen, that was something that was just really important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you did a great job writing the characters. The characters are fabulous. And yeah, I do agree with you. You summed up like every Hallmark, every Lifetime Christmas movie ever in like 5 words, because they're all the same, but this one is so different. And that's one of the things I love about it. But really, I love so much about it. And I really want a sequel. I mean, I'm writing part two.
Well, we may have one or two down the road.
Yeah, we got to see what happens next.
It's always fun when she gets done writing with her writing partners. We flush it out, and then we'll do a table read on every project before we greenlight. We usually do one or two table reads, and it's always fun to see, because the beauty of it is we can kind of cast characters while we're doing the table read within the readers, and so kind of get a voice to it and kind of visualize it. I'm a visual director, and the first table read is always the fun, because you can mark where the last hit, and you can mark where that joke went off, you can mark where that came off, and it enhances everything moving forward. And then being able to have the means and the ability to cast the people we were able to cast in this just amped it up 120%. I mean,
Yeah.
it just went through the roof. And being a father of two beautiful daughters of our own, it's important for me. Like she said, I want my daughters to feel like their voice in everything in life moving forward is it matters. It has meaning, and it pushes. And so we pushed hard forward.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that was important to us was the comedy in this, that it be really funny, and that it is, again, like, it's a female forward story, so it's the women that are funny in this story. But we laughed a lot on set. We had trouble getting through some of the scenes that are just particularly silly and fun. But yeah, and then the other thing about it that I personally even now watching it, is I just think it's visually like a treat, because it's a movie about making perfect Christmas decorations and this perfect Christmas tree and all of this. So it's just like the whole movie is just like the Christmas visuals are over the top.
You want to talk about a full circle real quick? Festival of Trees events. So Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, we always team up with a charity organization when we do something internally fully. And so Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is who we partnered up with this year for Festival of Trees. And because we wanted to get back to a somewhat of a child's play Christmas story, with adults and everything else, not the typical rom-com. And we knew of Festival of Trees, but we didn't know the event was here in Atlanta again, because Children's Healthcare stopped doing it. Another company came in and grabbed it. Children's Healthcare partnered with us. The Festival of Trees event came on and sponsored all the trees. Those trees are auctioned off to people for their charity. We had 48 hours to get the trees in, shoot them, get them back out to everybody's
and then
houses.
our movie crew, yeah. Our movie, all of those trees that when you watch the film and you see the Festival of Trees, all of those trees had been purchased by private owners.
Yes.
And so our movie crew in 48 hours moved the trees, shot the trees, and then personally delivered the trees all over Atlanta to auction winners. And our hero tree in the film is being auctioned off this year for their charity now. Yes. So it's a beautiful circle of just collaboration. And, again, just going back to community. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my word. I'm so glad that you shared that. That had to be wild 48 hours, because you have to film on top of it, right? You've got to get them there. You got to get them there whole, set them all up. I was wondering when I watched that, I thought, man, there are so many trees. How many people did it take to put all these trees together? Because they're elaborate.
We had 7 U-Haul, 40-foot U-Haul trucks lined up, ready to go. And
a team of about 12 to 15 people who worked all through the night. Yeah. I didn't sleep for 3 days. Worked all through the night to move the trees and get them set back up and make it all beautiful. And it was we just got really lucky again with, so much of this all comes back to like community and relationships and being the type of person that people want to work with and want to help and that sort of thing. And we've been really blessed that our community here, everything in this film was shot within a 10-mile radius of where we live. And we just loved being able to bring that celebration into our hometown.
Well, not to mention UPtv, picking it up and doing the premiere of it it's for us because they're in our backyard too. They're in Atlanta, and we've had some really great success with them and relationships with them. We love what they're doing. We love the voice that they're creating over there at UPtv, and we're excited about November 24th. We really are.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm excited about November 24th, and I've already seen the movie.
Well, spread the word. Spread the word.
I will. I'll be spreading the word. Don't worry about that. So you guys worked together on this film. You worked together on other things, and I worked with my husband for years. We worked together before he passed, and I loved it. I'm curious what it was like for you guys, because I've had couples over the years, maybe you have too, who have said, how can you work together? Like, isn't it enough to be home together? Like, how can you work together? But I loved it. What is it like for you guys?
I'm not gonna lie, she wanted to do this a couple times too.
Oh, well, yeah, I can relate to that.
But I want to do that at home too. No, I mean, it is really challenging, absolutely, to work together. I think it's challenging for anyone, whether you're in a relationship or not. On a film, it's such a pressure cooker. You have very little time, and you're spending money like you're trying to hold water in your hands, and it is very high stakes, right? But I think what it comes down to is trust, and is knowing that the other person, even if they're disagreeing with you, even if you feel like they're fighting you on something or something like that, that ultimately both of you have the same goal, which is to make a beautiful film, and that you're working for each other's good, and that you believe in each other. And there are days where that comes through more than others, especially when you've been moving trees for 48 hours and things like that.
When to say things and when not.
That's right. The time. But we, just in general for our relationship, we use the metaphor of being a hot air balloon. That's like a thing for us in our marriage, where we always say, like, he's the balloon and I'm the basket. So he's like big and colorful and has all these massive ideas, and it's wonderful. But I feel like I'm the one who's like, okay, let's just hold on. Let's put it together. Let's get it some direction and some purpose, and our joke with that is always just, without the basket, the balloon would fly off into nowhere. But without the balloon, the basket would never leave the ground. So, they need each other, and they serve each other in that way. And so sometimes we have to go back to that metaphor and just go, honey, don't get upset. I'm going to be your basket for just a second, and he has to say, honey, don't freak out. Just let me be a balloon for a second,
So we each get 3 trump cards. We each, we got vetoes and everything else. But the thing, we're both Leos. So we're very passionate about what we do, but we're also givers at heart. And so once we get past that passion, we can understand and we've been around each other for 11, 12 years now, and we know each other's quirks and when to push and when not to push. And she's very gracious in the sense of, we both are producers, but when we do something internal and I'm directing, she takes over the production hat once we get everything facilitated. And it's all about preparation up to that point, and then she runs the ship, and I keep everything time-wise and on time with my first AD and everybody around us, and we all know what job needs to be done and the quality of work we want to be done. We implement a lot of our keys as ownership within the project, so they have invested time and ownership in the project to see the quality come through. Our investors believe in that, and it's important for us to have a community and the camaraderie on set just as much as it is as when we're out there in public having conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so interesting. How you guys, I love the balloon in the basket. Whoever came up with that, whichever one of you, I mean, you don't have to tell me who, but you're a genius.
It helps us a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, when she first told me that, I go, are you saying I'm hot-headed? I have a lot of hot air in my head. What are you saying here?
Well, maybe she was just saying you're hot.
That's what I went with. At the end of the day, that's what I went with.
Yeah, so you've worked on lots of sets. lots and lots and lots of sets, and NCIS and Bones and Fireproof and on and on and on. How was this set different than, how is this crew different? How is the feel, the atmosphere different than other sets you've been on?
I've had some incredible mentors in my last 20 years of my career, and we opened our production company in 2014, and was very blessed and lucky enough to do our first film, New Life. And I, in my mind, Gary Brown was one of my biggest mentors starting out in this career, and he was the producer of Walker, Texas Ranger, Prison Break, Chase, and
Agents of
Agents of Shield, and all those. So he's done a lot in his career, and every time he ran a set, it was a friendly hand, right? It wasn't with a hard fist and yelling and stuff. It was just a friendly hand. And then another dear friend of mine, Gary Wheeler, he runs the same way. And when you're on that set, you feel like family. And that's what we wanted. It's hard enough to get something greenlit and then try to push it out in 15 to 18 days, within a budget and with everybody's time restraints and all that. So you might as well have fun with it. And you want to be around people that are good quality, hardworking human beings, but also you want to treat them with respect and human beings. And we all are. And we all are going to make mistakes along the way. We encourage, listen, if you make a mistake, let's just figure out a solution to it. Or if you have a better solution, I'm not the end all. I don't have all the greatest ideas at the time, because when you get on set and you step on that location and you see everything come together, something may click going, oh, you know what we really should do? My cinematographer, I believe in that with him. My lighting, I believe in that with him, with Erin and stuff. She'll come up with ideas on the fly, or somebody else, or an actor. It's important to listen to that, understand the end goal and the visual of it, but listen to them. And you can only do that if you trust everyone around you. And I think that's important.
Yeah, so true. Trust is huge. Trust is huge. That's one nice thing about working together, is you see each other all the time. So, one of them's not doing something they shouldn't be doing, right?
That's right.
Well, I'm also a little bit of a control freak, so I have 3 steps. I'm already 3 steps ahead of that problem anyways in my head. So I'm like, if this happens, we're going here. If this happens, we're going here. So
That's so good. Okay, and so your daughters, how old are they?
oh gosh, 23 and 20.
No,
So
they're not, because you guys are 23 and 20. So I don't know how they can be. But what do they think of your movies? Like, do they?
they've been around them since I started, and that's Dad doing something.
Hair.
One's a psychologist, and I'm pretty sure it's because of me trying to figure me out, and
they're neither of them want to be in the business, thank God. And they're off doing their own thing. The oldest is, she's very cerebral, and she's studying, getting her master's to become a therapist and
for children.
Yeah. And then the youngest is very creative. She's definitely going to end up doing something in the creative field, but probably not in the industry.
No, she's leaning towards interior design. She wants to get her real estate license in the commercial side and lean toward. I was an entrepreneur, and ever since I got out of the military, we owned our own businesses and collaborated that way. And so she wants to follow down that footstep. She likes that idea.
But they're both wonderfully independent, driven, kind, big-hearted girls. For that, we're very grateful.
Most important thing was to raise them with the knowledge of their self-worth, and if we could get them to understand their self-worth, then we were good. I could sleep at night.
Yeah. So you could have used both of them on this film, right? The interior design and the.
We've had them in a few. We've had them in a few.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. You guys, this has been so fun. And I so appreciate your work, all the work that you've done and you'll continue to do. And everybody needs to watch this movie. You will absolutely love it. It comes out on November 24th. Great timing before the holidays. I'm going to watch it again. And I just watched it, but it's one of those that you can see again and again. And like I said, I can't wait for the sequel. So tell people, where can they see the movie on November 24th?
Yeah, it's coming to UpTV on November 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be watching. We'll have a little watch party online. And then it's coming to their streaming service after that.
Yep.
So you can stream it at home too. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Erin, Drew, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. And thank you again for all you do. Thank you for being with us today. And until next time, be blessed.
We
You as
appreciate
well.
you
Thank
so
you for the
much.
support.